It's time to check the nonsense at the door, clear the cobwebs between your ears, and have a rational-ish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense. That's right, America. I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is the lost art of common sense. Today, we're going to be talking about all the stuff that's been going on in the news over the last 2 weeks. Trump assassination attempt, Biden dropping out of the race, Kamala getting into the race, and all that. But the big body of the show is going to be about the Trump assassination. We've been kind of itching to talk about it, but there is so much weird, random stuff coming out that
we just decided to wait.
Yeah, we'll just wait and see, like we say all the time with a whole bunch of different things.
We are on Rumble now.
Good. I'm not sure about X. Probably
we are not on X.
So I'll keep working on that.
I don't know if it has something to do with our new premium status or whatever.
That's right. We're premium. Very fancy.
Yes.
Let's see.
Because we're making the $0 here at the Lost Art of Common Sense.
That's the best bucks to have.
But remember, when you check out our merch shop, buy our shit.
That's right. Buy our shit. Links in the description below. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to, I don't know. For whatever reason, there's a bunch of error stuff on X right now. Probably
because we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, well, before it worked just fine. So
I don't understand why it worked last week and not this week.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Or last time we did this. So,
yeah, there's still problems with X. Well, I don't know. We'll get it figured out next week. But we are on YouTube and Rumble. X was a new thing we were trying out because it actually was pretty easy to go live, and apparently now it's not. So, whatever.
Hold on. Pour my beer.
That's right. Pour your beer, Kevin. Pour your beer. And you're watching the Rumble one.
I am watching the Rumble one. So if you want to send a chat, go ahead and send it.
Yep. And if you're on YouTube, I'm monitoring that. We're probably not going to actually respond to any chats online, but we will have a little chat section before.
If you have a good question, I might answer it.
Yeah. We were trying to type them in last time, and that didn't work, and I don't think that's really the good.
No, I don't think I should be typing while.
Yeah. I was trying to do that last week. It was all messed up. But to the main topic, Kevin, the old got to put a target on Trump, which some crazy asshole did. Where were you, and what were your first thoughts after Trump's assassination attempt?
I was at a child's birthday party, and I was like, holy shit, somebody tried to shoot Trump. I didn't know he was actually shot until later. Then I saw he was shot, and I was glad he was not, obviously more critically injured or, dead. But basically it was like, holy shit, somebody tried to take a shot at him, which I guess I shouldn't have been surprised at, being all the shit that the left says about Trump. It was inevitable is what it was.
Yeah, I would agree. I was actually outside grilling sausage on the grill, and then I saw
sausages.
And then I saw a post from actually one of our loyal listeners saying that's it. He just won the election. And I got to look at it. I'm like, holy shit. It's like, is that what I thought it was? And I looked at it, and yeah, I was kind of dumbfounded when I saw it. Like I said, it's like what everybody said. It's shocking, but they weren't surprised. Like, it's shocking that it actually happened, but
yeah,
nobody was surprised that somebody actually took a,
probably everybody was shocked. Everybody was shocked, but I don't think once the shock wore off, once the initial shock, I think everybody could figure out why it happened.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. Do you think so? There is a lot of controversy. Well, not really a lot of controversy. There's some left-wing BS on X and stuff about the whole historical picture that was taken. Do you think Trump saw an opportunity during that for votes when he stood up and put his fist in the air and said fight, fight, fight? Or do you think it had more to do with letting the crowd know and the viewers at home know that he was okay, and to kind of reassure his all the viewers?
You have to figure, we're in shock that it happened. he obviously was in shock. So I think it was more of he was just letting everybody know he was all right and he wasn't going to take shit, type of thing. They tried to kill me and I'm still going to be in this type of thing. This isn't going to deter me. It wasn't a vote grab. It wasn't a popularity grab. I think he probably thought that, he probably didn't even think about the cameras. Weirdly, this is the first time CNN has broadcasted a live Trump rally since.
We'll get into some of that stuff a little later.
But what I'm saying is I don't think he cared about the TV or anything, but he wanted to make sure the crowd knew he was all right and that he had his shoe.
Yeah, and it looked like he was looking at people in the crowd.
Yeah, I think he was just like, hey, I'm all right. This isn't going to stop me.
Well, because apparently, no one said otherwise, but they were going to try to take him out on a stretcher, and then he was like, no, and apparently they hit him so hard they knocked him out of his shoes. Yeah, when they tackled him. So that's why he's like, well, if I'm going to walk, and I want my shoes.
I want my shoes.
But yeah, Trump, was part of his endearing qualities, but at the same time, it's part of what people don't like about him. He's a fighter, so I'm sure he was. Well, you can kind of tell he was kind of pissed off when it happened that some asshole just.
Who was it? Van Jones on CNN. Van Jones, the black guy. He was like, "Yeah, Trump took a bullet and got right back up and continued. Biden went home because of COVID.
I think it's cold.
No, yeah, cold."
Yeah, it was definitely a show of real leadership.
It's a show of, and these people are saying that he's too old, all this shit. Now the Democrats are starting, these hypocrite fucking Democrats are being like, he's too old.
Yeah,
the dude just took a bullet, got up, and was like, fuck yeah, I'm badass. Let's keep fighting.
And then I guess they're not going to be holding any more outdoor rallies anymore, but
I don't think that was he didn't call that, I guess.
I don't know if they can necessarily stop them. They can just say, well, we can't guarantee your safety.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. Secret Service said they can't guarantee their safety, but
because we're incapable of doing our job. See, that's the part
we're incapable. Yeah, yes, exactly. Because we can't cover sloped roofs.
Have you this really wasn't in my show notes, but just kind of popped into my head.
That's fine. I think this whole episode's going to be kind of winging it, but not.
But like
loose guidelines.
What are some of the conspiracy theories that you've heard about it?
On both sides?
Yeah.
Okay, from the left, it was staged. He had a blood capsule. Obviously the shrapnel one, glass, even though nothing was broken around him.
Yeah, and that was reported by Newsmax. Way to knock down your standing a bit.
Yeah, then I heard it was the casing, not the shell, which is weird because the casing wouldn't go that far.
Well, and it wouldn't have gone in that direction.
No. So that was really dumb. That he set it up, that he had somebody shoot at him. That one's still floating out there a lot.
I would say that is hands down the dumbest.
They believe it. Well, you have to understand the people who are making these conspiracy theories, like that one especially, have probably never held a gun, shot a gun, or know how dangerous a gun actually is, other than what they see on the scary news.
Oh yeah, they
think everybody's a sharpshooter.
Well, and they think a 5.56 will blow your head off.
Yes, they said people are like, yeah, I've seen a 5.56 what they can do. I'm like, you have not. It pretty much just punctures a hole.
If you get if you get a center mass shot, now if real skinny people, I guess, I don't know this for sure.
The exit wound's a lot larger than the
but initial. Like real skinny people, it can be an in and out.
Yeah,
it'll just be it's a 22. That's all a 5.56 is. It's a 22 with a shit ton of gunpowder behind it.
Yeah, high velocity.
But they're like, if Jack clipped his ear, I would have blown his ear off.
It's not a fucking demolition fucking shot where it just blows up inside you.
Well, and
it's not a hollow point where it fucking, it expands out, mushrooms out.
You could have them, but they don't work in AR-15s. They don't cycle right.
No.
But Well, an AR-15s like they're close. Granted, you can get what is it?
Did they say what kind of ammo was used? Was it 5.56 or was it 2.27?
No, it's 5.56. Just some ammo we bought at like Walmart or something or some gun store.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything special. It's not like he was, and the gun wasn't even all that nice. It's not like he's shooting a $3,000 Daniel Defense or tricked out.
I guess his
freaking
dad
Spike's
sold him the
Tactical.
gun. Is what they're saying.
I heard he borrowed it. Then I just heard today that his dad sold it to him. I don't know, but it wasn't a top of the line AR-15. It was maybe a $300 or $400 gun with standard ammo and a red dot from 150 yards away. There's no way.
No.
I don't care if you had a $5,000 Daniel Defense AR-15 with match grade ammo. I still would, and you had the best sharpshooter in the world. I would still not trust them to clip my ear because even with all that, you're still only going to be able to get. I mean, you probably get sub MOA.
Dude, he literally turned his head at the last second. They would have to be choreographed so fucking well. Like there's video of it slowed up where you can see the bullet pass by his head.
Yeah. But
I mean, you would have to be like Mark and not miss it at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
People are fucking retarded.
You could theoretically make a shot like that if you had a higher caliber, better rifle, kind of like what the snipers are using. I mean, theoretically, you'd have to be stupid to allow someone to try to do that. But from the timeline, it seemed like the shooter, like, when the cops went up on the roof?
Yeah.
To see who was up there and he pointed the gun at him. Apparently, he just kind of rolled back and then took a shot. It's not like he was up there all sprawled out, in the prone position or prawn position, whatever the hell they call it. No, it wasn't 8 shots. It was like 5.
No, they said they found 8 casings around him.
I don't know how that is because there was only 8 shots that they caught on audio.
I'm just telling you, Christopher Ray said
that's fine.
There's 8 casings around him.
And then apparently he shot himself because unless you didn't pick up, no, they have audio thing. He didn't fire 8 shots.
That's what Christopher Ray.
I don't care. Said. Okay,
I'm just saying what the FBI said,
and I'm just saying what my ears told me.
I know.
I don't care what Christopher Ray says. He's not the most credible
I think it was
guy.
Like 4.
So you're trying to stand up on the shoulders of the FBI director. Okay, buddy. I'm just saying I don't give a shit about what Christopher Ray says. He fired 3 to 4 shots. There was
2. I think it was 2 sniper shots.
Well, there was a couple from behind him in the building supposedly, and they missed. And then because
the one that was right next to him.
Yeah, and if we could show pictures, I would.
Maybe he fired back at them or something. I don't know.
What they did is they did an audio analysis of the crack, which is what you first heard, and then the actual sound of the gun. And they measured crack to the explosion coming out of the end of the gun.
I'm not saying he's right or wrong.
Okay, stop talking about it, okay? I'm just saying, fine, you're wrong, I'm right. I don't know why you keep bringing it up. But there is audio recordings of 7 shots,
this is
Kevin.
What's going reported in the fucking...
Fine, they're wrong. It's just like, okay. And January 6th was a violent insurrection.
No.
Because the FBI and all the Democrats said, same thing, Kevin. Same thing.
The protest yesterday was more violent than the one.
You know what? 6th. And maybe, Kevin, he took some practice shots earlier, had him in his pocket.
Well, Christopher Ray also said he might not have been shot. He might have been shrapnel.
Yeah, see, Christopher Ray's an idiot, so I don't know why you keep repeating this stuff. But stop talking. The weird thing is they did audio analysis, and they were able to record the time between the bullet supersonic crack and the actual muzzle explosion coming out of the end of the gun. And there were like 2 or 3 that were like the exact same time, which they thought was the shooter. Then there was a couple that had a slightly longer time lapse, which they think were the guys snipers. This isn't substantiated, so I'm not 100% sure, but this is just what people think, that were shooting from behind him and missed. And then there's this weird 6th one that doesn't match anything because of they don't know the distance. They just know that if you have a longer time between the crack and the gunshot, it's a farther away shot, because the last shot, which was the sniper from, I guess, nobody even shared a picture of where this 3rd sniper team was. That was the one that took him out, and that was longer. So the only weird one was the 6th shot where nobody can tell really where it would have come from. Could have been a grassy knoll. Of course, now there's a new conspiracy theory that JFK's Secret Service guy is the one that shot him.
Maybe. Fuck, I don't know.
It's an actual conspiracy theory. Just found out about it today. But yeah, that was that was hands down the dumbest one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was all planned. And then how are you going to report? And this is to you, Newsmax, for being stupid. Granted, your B team, your talent reflects that because you haven't hired us. But
it's true.
They're saying, "Oh, it's glass from a teleprompter," and I remember them saying that. And I'm watching the video. It's like
there's obvious.
Were there three?
Because there's obvious.
There's one.
Both teleprompters.
And there's one
being fine.
Yeah, so I was like, and they kept repeating it. So, and unless that bullet somehow picked up shrapnel while traveling through the air, there was nothing there.
Then obviously the conspiracy theories on the right are, it was an inside job. There's 2 shooters. There were, that this was a plot again to kill Trump after lawfare didn't work. Things like that. So, which are, they're conspiracy theories, like the COVID was a, man-made type of conspiracy theory.
Yeah, see, and that's what happens when you have conspiracy theories where it's either from a lack of information from the government or there's just a shit ton of circumstantial evidence to make you believe that, this happened on purpose.
Well,
which brings me... Wait.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. No, go.
Well, which brings me to my next question. Was this a lapse in judgment or something more?
Well, I mean, the monumental failure of all this. I mean, it was either the one fuck up after another, 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 or this was a planned and something more nefarious.
I mean, yeah, because it's weird how many.
I'm not going to write out and say it that, this was.
Well, here's the thing. Either they let it happen or it's criminal negligence. I mean, the Secret Service didn't go to the morning security briefing meeting where everybody knows what channel they're going to be on, who's going to be where, who's covering this, who's covering that. Because one of the reasons why they said that the shooter got a shot off is the sniper in position 3, which again, nobody knows exactly where that was. Wasn't on the water tower.
It
wasn't
was
sure
which
if
also should have been guarded.
Should have either been guarded or would have been a perfect,
vantage
perch.
point. Yeah.
But he one of the excuses was he didn't know, they had eyes on him. The snipers behind Trump who didn't have a clear line of sight because of the trees, which is another reason why it's weird that wasn't covered, but whatever. They were watching him for a while before he took the shot. And supposedly, even though Secret Service doesn't have to, they're like the only law enforcement who doesn't have to ask permission to engage. If they see a threat, they can just eliminate it. There's not really any rules of engagement other than if you see a threat, take care of the threat. But he wasn't sure if it was a cop. Well, for one thing, I'm betting he had a pretty decent optic with, crystal clear glass in it that could tell that some hippie, scrawny looking fuck probably isn't a cop.
Can't you just call in?
Well, that's just it, though. The cops had called it in, but they had to go to their command center, and then that had to get sent to a Secret Service liaison, and then I got sent to the Secret Service.
That's retarded.
It is, and that's what we got from 9/11. That's what they were supposed to fix that. So when they're doing stuff like that, everybody's on the same channel. How hard is that?
It doesn't seem like that hard at all.
Hey, turns out we got a couple radios here in the back. You guys want one? That way we can all talk to each other. Hey,
that's it. That's it. That's all you have to do.
They probably did that one time. Like, hey, so I'm Mr. Secret Service guy. Look at me. It's like, shut up and park the cars. Oh, no. Hey, did I get one of those ear things? Ear thing? Okay, that's cool. I didn't need that anyway.
It was just a massive, this is either the biggest failure in Secret Service history by the amount of failures. I mean, ever. Since it was initiated, since the Secret Service was made into existence.
JFK's was pretty bad.
No, at least he was 340 yards off in a building.
True. And I think
this guy was 100 yards away, 150 yards away.
Well, yeah.
On top of a slightly sloped building that everybody watched them on top of.
Yeah, yeah.
And yelled at them. There's a guy with a rifle on top of that building.
Here's what I don't understand: why both people that supposedly
like no one saw Oswald at all.
Oh yeah, because he was tied up in a basement, Kevin.
Or it came from the grassy knoll, which is pretty close, I guess.
Well, that's what they say is your benefit about shooting, because you can, if you have line of sight on your target inside a building, you can sit back, so people can't see you.
He was on top.
But why? Here's what I don't understand too, because it is a huge lapse in judgment. Because all snipers, they're all working in teams. I guess you got your spotter and your shooter. What I don't understand is the reason why the counter snipers that were in the building right behind the roof, like right there, weren't in there, is because they left their post to look for this guy. Why would both of them leave?
Again, why? Like, oh. Well, you're going that way? Isn't there a pot machine over there? I'm thirsty. It's hot out. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not saying that with all the anti-police stuff and all that crap that we're not exactly getting the cream of the crop anymore as far as people wanting to be cops, which is probably going to end up with having more bad cops.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, to be a police officer.
Obviously, DEI Secret Service isn't great either.
No, that was comically horrible. I don't know how the hell Pat ever made it onto the Secret Service.
The dude also flew a drone an hour before. Like at 3 o'clock. At like 3:15, 2 hours before, he was flying a drone around the area. Not around like the stage, they said, but around the building so he could see where he was.
Yeah, it was a pre-planned perimeter thing.
Yeah.
Well,
no one found, like, do we just, like, would they Secret Service show up like 10 minutes before the speech and like,
well, they normally show up at least a week in advance, and they do another sweep the night before just to make sure nothing's changed. They got there 3 days.
Well, I'm just saying, what time do they get there before the speech actually starts? It's not like they get there an hour before and then go to their post. They're there probably for about 3-4 hours before.
Well, see, that's my biggest problem with it. They can say whatever they want. They can say, and they keep praising the people on the ground. Now, granted, the dudes and then the one girl with the bun on her head that really didn't cover much of Trump up, but they got in there fast.
Why'd she take the front? She's the shortest.
I never.
You're leaving his head unprotected still.
Well, it's his whole upper torso. Like her head was below his heart.
Yeah, 5'5" fucking.
But I will give her props.
She did.
She definitely didn't seem to hesitate and seem to be on her shit.
No, she was good, but she was just like, it's the fact that you didn't place people proportionate size to protect them with them.
Well, and apparently he didn't have the people he normally has because they were so spread out because Jill Biden had to go talk about some stupid shit that nobody cares about.
Yeah, weirdly that Jill Biden was around the same area too.
Yeah, so I don't...
Weirdly.
Well, like you said, CNN,
weirdly, CNN
rallies.
CNN was there
now
filming it for the first time.
Do they never film it at all?
No, they get film from like stock film from either like Fox or whatever, but they've never live broadcasted one since like before, like it's 2016 rallies.
Well, yeah. Well, that's funny. I don't know I think it was MSNBC. They had their background set up like they were at the RNC, but they weren't. It was green
no, they had like LED lights and stuff to look like they were there, and all they did was
they did
have a backdrop of it, like green screened it.
Yeah, that's how pathetic the thing is.
Well, that's because they knew they were going to get mocked if they went there.
So we already know that Cheadle resigned, which we'll get into more in the happenings of the week. What else should be the fallout from this?
Mayorkas should definitely be impeached.
He's her boss, right?
Yeah. He's already been. Hasn't he almost been impeached once or no? No,
Well, he was impeached in the House, I think.
Yeah, but the Senate didn't take it up.
I think Mr. Democracy just let it.
Schumer?
Yeah, let it die.
Yeah. So, yeah, you should definitely be impeached. There should definitely be an internal investigation outside of the FBI. I think DHS is doing it, but it doesn't matter because DHS is also garbage.
That's the thing with government, though. A government agency messes up, and then they do their own internal investigation.
Well, I mean, whoever
We do have the inspector general who can do like an independent, whatever.
whoever failed should get fired. Period. I don't care if it is agents or whatever. If those two people left and one was supposed to stay, there was two people and two people left to go look for the guy. Those, at least one or both of them should be shot or not. Should be let go.
A little harsh, Kevin.
Yeah. Well, is it treason? It might be.
I mean, theoretically, if it's what some people think it was.
I think whoever planned it, whoever didn't execute, there should be a mass firing for this.
I can't remember his name. He's on Fox News a lot. I think he used to be a congressman from Florida. Jason Chaffetz. I thought it was weird how harshly he came out against the Secret Service, like fire everybody, blah, blah, blah. But apparently he had been on some investigative committees back in 2014 because of some security issues with Secret Service. And it was like horrendous, like how inept they are. And I guess complacent when it comes to their job it is. And that's why he was so pissed off. He's like, and nothing's changed. And then Cheeto puts in this DEI bullshit where she wants to hire. And she said she never set a mandate, but apparently all the new recruits, like 33% of them are women, which is fine, whatever, as long as they can pass the same standards for everybody. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, if as long as
you proportionate size,
it's not just proportionate size though. If you're gonna hire anybody for the Secret Service, FBI, whatever, everybody needs to pass the same standards. There cannot be two sets of standards. That way you're getting the best. And yes, it is fucking stupid to put somebody on a protection detail who is shorter than the protectee. Like that is just, and then the one girl, I hope she quit. Had just pure embarrassment.
Who didn't know? Like she was so nervous.
The Pat looking one, yeah. She ducked when she heard the gunfire for one. Then she ran up on the pile afterwards. Then she couldn't get her gun in the holster, so she's all like,
yeah, she was in shock. Like she didn't know what the hell was going on.
She has no business. Like she can stay in the Secret Service and do like financial crime shit, which I don't really know why the Secret Service takes care of that. Like they have one mission.
Yeah, why are they doing it? Like
I guess it's counterfeit or something.
Yeah, it's counterfeit. They deal with counterfeit bills. I think I saw that. Yeah, I think I saw that on Justified.
Well, the FBI is too busy cooking up schemes to get Republicans thrown in jail. So,
yeah,
I think it should be a mass firing. And to be honest, what do you think? What are you thinking? Think it was an assassination attempt by the deep state?
Yes.
So do I.
Listen, I get it, and people are saying, hey, it's it wasn't, it couldn't be that type of thing, that was, it's a conspiracy to kill Trump because so many people would have to be in on it, and like not that many people have to be in on it. They just have to make sure certain things go wrong. Seriously. You can make a lot of people go wrong if you put the certain people ahead, like in charge of what needs to go wrong.
Well, and especially with lack of communication.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid, and there's some weird cell phone pinging, and I don't know if it was his or what his family does. Of course, his family are certified behavioral therapists, which apparently they didn't notice their kid going crazy. Who, I don't know if he was transgender, but there's some weird looking pictures. I don't think he was trans, but that dude.
I don't know if that's him or not.
I just know that dude looked like a total freak, and they're
he definitely looked like a trans.
And they put if it was the guy.
Why do they keep using his high school picture?
That's weird.
Like how old was he?
20.
So yeah, why are they using a 2-year-old picture? He hasn't had a picture in 2 years.
I don't know, but it didn't even look anything like him. He had a trash ass beard, long hair.
Do you think because he was in a BlackRock commercial?
I mean, I don't know.
Just saying.
I know they pulled the ad.
They did pull the ad.
I just think it's weird how many shootings that we see that are done by people that don't have that skill set. I mean, Uvalde, that guy had thousands of dollars worth of guns and ammo somehow. Oh, he got a credit card and maxed it out at 18. Really?
Yeah.
You got a credit card that big as an 18-year-old with no income? And then is capable of just going to school murdering children. But here's another thing that makes it weird. So they find a van full of explosives. Apparently, he parked the van a mile away and then rode his bicycle there. They have pictures from the room where the counter snipers were of the dude and his bike and his backpack, which you could easily, it's not hard to break an AR-15 down and get it to fit in a backpack. And like, how does nobody? Here's another thing. So this kid, like, granted, he was smart with math, electronics, or whatever bullshit.
He had a remote detonator,
but he was able to make a bunch of homemade bombs with a remote detonator. Had
pretty sophisticated bombs,
and he still had explosive stuff at the house. And if you're making homemade explosives, in order to make real explosives, I don't really know how to do it, but I do know in order to make like real ones, you can't buy that shit. You have to have a permit licensing to buy that. And I doubt this kid has connections to the black market.
Another thing I learned from the Congress hearings was one guy said that, his house was wiped clean. Like it was like a medical room type of clean. Like he didn't even have silverware. Like everything was
at the parents' house?
No, at whatever residence he was staying.
He lived at his parents' house.
Or in the basement or whatever he was at.
It's totally normal. That kid looks super clean. Like he was like, that's not weird at all.
Yeah. Like his medical room. He goes, is it usual for 20-year-olds to have medical grade rooms?
Especially 20-year-olds who look like they have a horrendous case of BS.
Well, then the FBI is like, well, I can't comment on that right now,
He just looked like you could smell him through the picture.
And I am tired of this. We can't divulge this because it's an ongoing investigation. Like,
that's not even a real thing.
No.
That's just like something they do.
It's the amount of not talking is amazing.
Well, then you're not going to hear about this stuff for like 20, 30, 40 years later.
Oh, I know.
That's what's horseshit about it. Like we're supposed to live.
Even then.
Yeah, we're supposed to live in an open society, and we don't.
We still don't know about fucking JFK's assassination. All of it.
I mean, we do, but we don't.
We don't because they haven't let out all the classified information yet like they're supposed to. But technically, that's on Trump because he reclassified some of it.
Well, that's true. I don't know why. Probably because I don't know. At this point, he didn't trust.
I would. He
didn't trust him. If it was the CIA, he didn't trust him either. So who cares?
I mean, he thought he was going to get killed then.
But here's another thing. There's no way his parents didn't know he was doing something. If like he actually made all those bombs, because if you're making a homemade bomb, you're using stuff that doesn't smell good.
He also had 4 foreign bank accounts.
Yeah, like I'm just.
What 20-year-old has more than one bank account? When I was 20 years old, I had one bank account, and it was in the negative most of the time.
Yeah. I sure as fuck never had. I still don't have a foreign bank account.
No.
Don't those
I'm
come
still
with
in the negative all the time.
I wish I had one of those. I always hear they're full of money.
I'm double his age, and I'm still in the negative.
It's like, so I opened this foreign bank account, and there's still no money in it. It's like, yeah, you're supposed to put money in it. No, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
It's like I opened it. It's supposed to be full of money.
So this whole thing is janky. This whole thing is weird.
I think it was an assassination attempt because they tried to jail him.
Definitely an assassination attempt.
Well, just think of like from the point that, I mean, literally they've been trying to destroy his character since 2016, but like they tried everything, nothing worked. So nuclear option. Try to take him out.
So I 100% think that if it would have happened, Joe Biden would still be running for president.
I do too.
I think that was the whole thing.
Well, a lot of people thought it would get very violent. It might have a little bit, but it's not like there's like Republicans don't give a shit enough to have any type of coordinated bullshit like what the Democrats do. So you'd probably have some, pissed off people here and there, but I don't know what would happen. I don't think it would have been good. I mean, people would have no trust in the government.
That's for sure. They don't have any trust anyways.
Yeah.
No one has trust in the government. I mean, the people who have trust in the government right now lick windows.
Yeah.
If you're licking windows, that's people who should be trusting the government. If you're not licking windows and you trust the government, just go ahead and lick windows because you might as well, because you're it. You're the dumb of the dumb. You're you're on the lower scale. Like, get tested for mental retardation.
What I'm trying to say is, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
No, that's very disparaging to
Well, they don't
mentally
give us
handicapped people.
They don't give us a lot of reasons
they're below.
to trust them.
They're like, I don't know, an orangutan.
They just
maybe?
don't give us. They don't give us a lot of reasons to trust them.
No.
So,
oh, I forgot one of the best parts of the left's conspiracies.
Oh.
Is they somehow think with this, Trump trying to, Trump tried to set it up and do it himself, and that the Secret Service and the FBI were in on it for Trump because there's a good track record of the FBI being for Trump.
Well, there's another thing. We're actually like pretty right wing things going around because like there's some people on the right saying, "Oh, this is just a movie. It's just a movie. This is all part of the plan." It's like, shut up. This is not part of the plan. Just stop.
What?
Yeah, there's like there's some page called Biden's Not My President or something like that. And they actually came out and like, you people need to stop this. It's like you're making us sound crazy and taking away from how bad of a situation this is. Yeah, they're just as the far ends of both sides are. I mean, Grant, the far left actually want to destroy the country and are communist and racist.
Yeah, at least
but the far right is just conspiracy
they're just dumb
theory. Like
they go too far. Like Trump's still president. Like that shit.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, it's all part of the plan.
Like that whole when Biden started taking off, they're like, no, Trump's still president. He still controls the military. Like,
yeah, I mean,
you bunch of dummies. Like you're just as dumb as anybody else.
Well, the other thing I could think of is like people latch onto that stuff because stuff's like so bad, and it's like I guess that's their way.
I get it. You got to believe something. But
well, I mean, when stuff doesn't happen.
But I mean, it's the same thing. This is why our name's what it is, because common sense is lost on both sides sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I will say one thing: we have a lot less blue hairs on our side.
We do, but I mean, it's just common sense. I mean, for the most part, most Americans, a lot of Americans, some Americans have common sense.
That's right.
I mean, I'm not saying, well, it's more me and you, I think. I hope, and our listeners, our good listeners, who like, subscribe, and share. And no one's hitting the like button on our feeds yet. Although I think I'm the only one watching on Rumble right now. So,
well, there's nobody watching on YouTube. Oh, it's fine. I don't care. What were your thoughts on the RNC convention and Trump's VP pick?
I thought the RNC convention was really well done. I
was actually surprised. Like it was.
I think the kind of the unity thing worked out. They kind of got people from every walk of life to go up there. I thought the lady who lost her son in to violence, to illegal immigrants, killed her son after he was he went over to Afghanistan. He came back and he lost his life to illegal immigrants. They jumped him and killed him.
Yeah,
and that was a pretty sad story. So I thought she did really well. I thought the Trump's first half was really, really well done. Hulk Hogan was really good.
Hulk Hogan was awesome.
I think there was a lot of good parts. I thought both Trumps, like his sons, did really well. I thought his granddaughter did really well.
You know who I thought gave one of the best speeches?
Who's that?
Marco Rubio.
I didn't listen to Marco Rubio's.
His speech was really good. Nobody talked about it. So maybe I'm just the only one who thinks that.
Yeah, I thought like the shots of him with his grandchildren, like his small grandchildren, like his smallest one's on his lap and stuff, like, watching her dad speak and stuff. I thought that was really good. And when they had the whole family up on stage and, the kids were having fun with the balloons and stuff. I thought it was really well done. I thought it was really well prepared. I think it was the best convention the RNC has ever put on.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it was smart they think they need to do more of that. Like I know Trump doesn't like to look weak, but people forget that he's a person and has a family and has grandkids, and
Yeah, that he's an actual person.
yeah.
And people need to see more of that. Like you said, they need to see him with his family. They need to know who he really is. I get he tries to, be this tough guy or whatever, this wild card.
Well, and he can be that with our adversaries, and and want to get your stuff done. But there's nothing wrong with being human, like looking human.
Yeah, and I think, especially when you're that close to death, you were within inches of dying, and that's got to put a new perspective on your whole life.
He did kind of go back to the status quo pretty quick.
He got about 20 minutes in, then he went back to, Trump.
Well, he turned his speech at I guess 9,000 words of his speech were ad lib.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I don't know. I guess some people said his original speech was like 45 minutes and it was cool. And
well, I mean, you're always going to get a little ad libbing from Trump.
Yeah. Well, we'll get more into some other stuff about how he's talking and stuff in the happenings of the week. But yeah, I thought the RNC went good. Kind of interested to find out how the DNC convention goes. Oh, you're not a bartender.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I don't think I'm going to watch it. I can only handle so much bullshit. That's why I actually had to take a break
DNC?
for the news. Yeah, I actually had to take a break for the news for 2 days because I'm just so sick and tired of being lied to.
Dude, it's so bad, especially now that Kamala's Kamala. Is it Kamala or Kamala? I don't remember what the hell how she pronounces it.
I think it's Kamala.
Okay.
But she
I don't want to mispronounce it
because
people say that's racist if I mispronounce it.
It's think not she's on purpose. Actually pronounced
I just don't care about I just don't care about her that much. So, like I said, most people don't care about her race or gender. They just mind the fact that she's a fucking
Well, we'll
idiot.
get into that in the happenings of the weekend.
Just want to make sure that's pointed out. She's dumb as hell. So
I'm just thinking that I can't.
You're going to go first for winners and losers.
I haven't even started yet. So, Kevin, let's get into
Hold on, I got to go pee. So
Kevin's got to go pee.
So I'm just going to hide myself. Goodbye, everybody.
Yep, he'll be back. So since we have nobody on here for YouTube anyway, if there's anyone on Rumble and you want to chat, go ahead and chat. But yeah, if I'm not alone in the fact that I am having to take a break more and more from the news and politics just because there is so much bullshit out there, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment below. Because even though I do enjoy following politics and talking about politics, it can be a little rough. So just getting the nonstop, just bold-faced lying, it just gets old. And I had to take a little break from it. So yeah, give us your thoughts below on what you thought about the assassinations. Either if you're watching or you watch us later, we would like to know. Like I said, I re-upload this on YouTube. Oh, look, Kevin's back from going pee.
I also have a cat or two with me.
A what?
A cat or two.
Okay.
So
Kevin's got an in-studio audience.
Yes, I do. What were you saying?
I'm said it's time for winners or losers of the week.
In my book, you're a winner too. I think you're a loser.
So what did you want to do?
Nothing. Let's go
Kevin.
With are we doing losers first?
We always do losers first because we like to end on a high note. Who's your loser, Kevin?
The Democrats.
All Democrats? Democrats primary voters or just Democrats in general?
Yeah, both. Democrat primary voters for sure, and just Democrats for being Democrats, period. Mostly Democrat primary voters because, you voted for Biden. That vote didn't count. They installed Queen Cackle, and now you got to, either ride with her or die with her, I guess. Ride or die.
And it sucks.
That's your new ride or die.
And they're both losers, like, you're a loser. And they're also losers like, oh, you lost out because you guys had your
why are they not more
Democratic
I don't understand
primary.
How do they not get more mad at this? If you're going to shove, hey, we're the party of democracy down your throat, Like, that's all they say. That was, we're fighting for democracy. Then you just throw out one giant part of democracy and have the elites, the top brass of the Democratic Party, install who they want, who I guess Obama is not really for. Like, I guess
I heard he's not endorsing it right now because he doesn't agree with it. He wants to look
he
like
doesn't
he doesn't
think
agree with the process.
He doesn't think she can beat Trump, is what I heard.
I don't know. There's all kinds of speculation. I know,
But also, I mean, it doesn't matter. They forced Biden out, and he said he went out for democracy. Like, that's what he said last night. He left because of democracy, which is not a reason. That's not a reason. Other than I'm losing, is not a reason. I'm losing, so your fucking votes don't count. So I should have known this. That I'm fucking got senility a year ago and should have just said I'm not running. No, it took everybody telling me to drop out for me to drop out.
well, they probably threatened him. It's like you can.
Well, I mean, I just don't understand.
The easy way or the hard way.
People are still saying he did it on his own. Like, they don't remember the news reports of like all these Democrat people saying you got to step down. Like, that was a week ago. They're acting like it didn't happen. It's fucking stupid.
It is stupid.
Fucking, I mean, I don't get it. They piss me off so much. Their gaslighting fucking bullshit pisses me the fuck off. Fuck them. They shouldn't win another election.
No, they shouldn't.
They're fucking communists. Fuck them.
They're communists and socialists.
So if there's any Democrat ever watching this, go fuck yourself.
I mean, maybe they just need to be slightly enlightened.
I guess if you're mad at this, and you're good. But if you're like all for this and you still claim democracy, you're a communist. You don't know what democracy is. You don't know what a republic is. You're an idiot. Move to fucking Canada.
Well,
where they don't have it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. That's so weird because that's what has actually been making me very.
It's the hypocrisy
annoyed.
That pisses me off.
Is I'm tired of hearing about we have to save democracy, saviors of democracy, democracy. When they literally tried to jail their opponent, they freaking
No, they didn't try to do that. No, that was just independent people doing that.
Well, and I'm not 100% sure.
The DOJ is a separate department. The Biden has no control of the DOJ.
Well, and I wasn't paying attention. I don't even know who ran when Obama ran. I think he pretty well earned and walked away with his nomination in 2008. But I don't think the Democratic voter has picked their candidate since 2016. No, I think they probably picked Obama.
Yeah, well, definitely 2016 because both Bernie Sanders was supposed to win.
Yeah,
both 2016 and 2020.
Yeah, I think Obama being younger, talking about change, and I remember warning there's two kinds of change, but like being something different. I think he probably walked away with that one. But 2016, yeah, Hillary was picked, then Biden was picked in 2020, and then they didn't allow anybody to run against him, even though he did have people primarying him.
Yeah.
And then he drops out, powers be, pick Kamal. Because they have to, not because they want to.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know where the funding has to go.
It doesn't even necessarily, there's still some legal stuff. She can't just have the money.
No, but she's the one. No, it would go into a blind trust or something like that if she's not picked. Like if she gets the delegates, it goes to her. There's some weird thing, like because she's on the ticket, she gets 33 million or a third of whatever they had.
Yeah,
she can get a third of it, but she can't get all of it until she actually gets the delegates to.
Well, the funny thing is,
but being she was on the ticket, she gets a third of it.
But what I think is funny is you were getting all upset and in a tizzy because of all this gaslighting and everything. You don't have any idea how much gaslighting we're going to be getting for Kamala.
I know it's
already they're already happening. Doing it. She was never the border czar.
She was literally named the border czar. I can go on Wikipedia right now and we'll look at the last 5 border czars. And she's the last one from 2021
I hope you screenshotted it.
Huh?
I hope you screenshotted it because I'm pretty sure it's not on there anymore.
It is. I just looked it up.
Yeah, well, that's going to change, Kevin. That's going to change. Okay, my loser is Joy Reid.
Why is that?
because she is an idiot and she says the dumbest shit all the time. I can't remember because these notes are from 2 weeks ago because we both had issues with why we couldn't do a show last week. As well
Holy
as
shit, they erased it.
I told you. Should have screenshotted it.
They just erased it. It's on.
But no, she compared Trump getting shot with Biden getting COVID.
Oh my God. These people are the worst.
Yeah, I told you should have screenshotted it.
Also,
Big surprise.
do you see that GovStat? Sorry.
What?
Oh, Joy. I'm sorry, Joy Reid.
You're such a horrible co-host.
Sorry.
That's why your name tag says, we had one viewer on YouTube. Now he's possibly back, but he might leave again because of you.
We had
Joy Reid compared to Trump
on Rumble
getting grazed in the ear, and that situation that happened with someone dying and 2 other people getting shot. Like him standing up after getting shot would be like COVID or Biden getting COVID and then getting better.
Oh, I know.
She says the dumbest shit.
Well, she also said if a black person doesn't vote for Kamala Harris, they're like race traitors.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're going to be real embarrassed being on the wrong side if you don't vote for Kamala. It's like, isn't it racist to expect someone to vote based on the color of their skin?
Exactly. These people are the worst. They are. Your color of your skin or your gender should not define you on what your thought process is or who you are as a human being. Yet it should define you sometimes, like especially gender, on physical ability. It's just
well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily your physical attribute. Like you can either do something or you can't. You're either good at something or you're not.
But it shouldn't affect your mind or your thought process or how you comprehend things. Everybody is born with a brain. Everybody can make their own decisions. You don't have to follow the crowd. You don't have to be persuaded one way or the other. I mean, you can make up your own mind. Doesn't matter your gender or your race.
Just imagine if you went on and you said everything Joy Reid said, but about white people.
Yeah, I might as well. They'd fucking Photoshop a fucking hood on me.
Yeah, I mean the stuff she says.
Seriously,
is over the top.
No, it's fucking disgusting what the fuck she says.
Yeah, and
she's a horrible person. She's
what annoys me too. They have horrible ratings, and I still have to listen to the dumb shit she says because they replay it on Fox all the time.
They replay it on Fox, replay it on X because they do that same shit with The View. Like I don't give a shit what Joy.
Their only viewers are people viewing their show for clips.
Yes.
Who's your winner?
Who the fuck is? Oh, the RNC. Like I said, they did. This is the best RNC I've ever convention I've ever seen, and so far their messaging is good. I think now this might change election time when somehow the Democrats will get both the House and the Senate somehow. If that happens, I might change my tune on the RNC. But so far, it's better than whatever Romney woman ran it was.
Well, regardless of what happens, it's automatically better than Romney running it.
Yeah,
but they I think they did a good job. I know that they're going to have watchdogs for voter integrity, and Crowder is spending a few $1 million to have people in high questionable areas monitoring and calling in if they see anything suspicious. So like people putting up windows to keep people from watching them count ballots.
From what I saw from Elon Musk, he is putting his money into doing ballot.
It's not 45 million, Kevin.
It's not. It's less, he said, but it's for ballot harvesting.
Yeah, he never actually took that. And I never thought he was giving it to Trump anyway. Mm-hmm. Like I remember when that first came out, I was like, oh, he's doing it to make sure that the vote's fair. Like basically, if the Democrats are going to ballot harvest in an area where it's legal, then he's paying for Republicans to do it.
Yes.
So my winner is Corey Comparatori, the guy who tragically Comparator.
I think so.
Yeah, I've heard it said. I don't know nowadays, but the guy who tragically died during the Trump assassination attempt, and he's not just my winner because he died, but he died doing what we'd all think we do in that situation? Because nobody knows what you're going to do in a situation like that. But the guy
Your
died
fight or
because,
flight, your
yeah, and he was a protector. Like he
Yeah.
jumped on his family, and that's what took his life. And that's the kind of the way you think you'd want to be, or would you be, running off and hiding? That's another thing.
I have to feel like if you paint your nails and you dye your hair, you're probably not going to jump in front of a bullet.
Either that or you're going to be grabbing people and putting them in front of you. One thing we didn't talk about is the reaction of the crowd.
Yeah. Let's talk about that real quick. And that can be part of our, we can have a joint winner. The crowd at Trump rally, because they didn't leave. They didn't flee. They stayed, they ducked, they moved, but they didn't flee like a bunch of wusses. They stayed there. They
didn't freak out. I don't know if they necessarily knew what was going on, but
I think probably some did, some didn't. Is probably 50-50. But I bet, enough knew that if somebody tried to fucking leave, but they didn't. They didn't scream. They didn't.
Well, a lot of people can get hurt from that when people freaking out and stampeding. And people are lucky that apparently one of those bullets hit a high
and they were
line.
chanting after Trump stood up with blood on his face.
That was actually quite the moment.
Yeah.
When you could feel that through the TV like that.
The amount of love they had for Donald Trump at that moment. The amount
that
they
was
believed in
something
him.
else.
The amount I don't think if the same thing happened at a Biden rally or a Harris rally, I don't think you would get that.
Do you one of the other conspiracy theories, just random as shit, is the dude in the hat that was behind Trump was in on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The dude is
I think he's part of the Bee Gees. I think he's one of the Bee Gees people.
All I know is everyone's like, what's up with this dude? There's something off with him. Like, or he's just high as fuck.
And that's exactly what the fuck it was, I think. There was also a conspiracy theory about a woman in a hat with the sunglasses that she was part of the FBI and that she was calling in orders or something to the guy. And somebody just put a photo of somebody that looked kind of like her, but wasn't her. So I think the person in the FBI was confirmed to be somewhere else.
I'll tell you one thing, that guy looked kind of like Crooks making that video. That was kind of dumb. That's automatically going to get you a visit.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. A lot. I also want to say another winner out of this whole thing was Libs of TikTok for exposing
she was
people,
working overtime
for exposing people saying, I wish that would have happened.
I'll tell you what, there was so much
getting those people
ugliness
fired
that came out of that.
Yeah, you saw the true color of people. Listen, if somebody fired at Biden, I would still be pissed off because he's the president. He's still the leader, of the United States. I don't want any president,
you don't want that in your country.
No, you don't want somebody to kill somebody because of political beliefs. Listen, if you feel that strongly about it, get people to vote. Get people out to the polls. If you want to volunteer for, the opposite party, just resulting in violence does nothing but hurt the people you want to win.
Yeah, the funny thing is the weird thing is nobody knows his motives. The Reagan assassination attempt was a dude trying to impress an actress.
But somebody said, if you tell somebody this guy's Hitler enough, would people, if they knew what Hitler would do before Hitler did what he did, wouldn't they try to kill him?
Well, that's the moral quandary.
Not like baby Hitler,
or
kid Hitler. But if you thought somebody was actually Hitler, type of Hitler persona, that would do a mass genocide of people, would you not try to kill him?
That's why I don't agree with anybody calling anybody Hitler or Stalin or, because no, that person did not,
or whatever,
Well, someone said Kamala was a mix between Stalin and Hitler. I'm like, did she kill 60 million people?
No,
that's
she's
not
a
her.
fucking idiot, but she's not fucking Hitler.
I don't like people throwing that around, so I think it's stupid. But I think that wraps up winners and losers of the week, Kevin.
In my book, you're a winner too. I think you're a loser.
So let's roll right into Trump Truth.
Trump Truth.
What I say is what I say.
And there was a shit ton of them to go through, and there still are. So I just went with this one because I thought it was kind of funny. It's not over. Tomorrow, crooked Joe Biden's going to wake up and forget he dropped out of the race today.
That was a great line. That was a great line.
What I say is what I say.
Goddamn Trump. If he ain't nothing else, he's funny.
Yeah, he is pretty funny. He said a few other things I thought were pretty entertaining. I liked it when he had that board up and he's like, yeah, I didn't get to see much of this last time I had it up.
Yeah, because he was shot like right before he got to he was talking about it and he was shot.
So that was pretty interesting. Trolling the happenings of the week, Kevin.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening? What is happening? That's like my favorite part of that.
He's pooping.
So obviously we already know that Biden's out. Why? I mean, we kind of talked about why do you think he personally did it?
Because he was forced out.
Do you think he got a sweet deal?
I bet you before he leaves, he's going to pardon Hunter, and I bet you also got some.
I mean, he can do that
campaign
now.
funds.
I mean, he's definitely getting paid. Apparently, there's a lot of people saying, and there's like a slight amount of validity to the fact that he may have actually had a mini stroke in Vegas.
He had a bruise on his chin, so he fell at some point.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Also, his watch was off by 2 hours.
Is that why they had to record the speech?
They said it was recorded. It's supposed to be live.
Yeah. Well, why can't they get him a teleprompter that sits in front of the camera?
He's
It
always
doesn't
looking
look
off.
Oh no, you guys just aren't using the right camera feed. He's
Hey,
looking at this
hello,
camera
America.
over here. Yeah. So today, because and then he gave some bullshit like I'm passing the torch for democracy and all that stuff. Like Biden's don't do anything unless gets.
He was forced out.
How did you?
That's it.
What'd you think of people's reaction to old Uncle Biden?
Oh,
When he came out, he's like, "Yeah, Joe's like had something." He's like, "Ah, listen to him. He's a drunk."
Yeah, they say like he said, we got to enjoy the time that we have left with Joe, and he kind of said he had a medical condition. Then like the Biden campaign is like, don't listen to him. He's an alcoholic.
Yeah, don't listen to him. He's an alcoholic. Don't listen to Hunter either. He's a crackhead.
Yeah, don't listen to Uncle Drunk.
Yeah. Well, and then we did kind of talk about how Kamala was anointed.
Yeah, which is also fucking horseshit. Listen, again, I will say it right here. I don't know if I said it on camera. I will not talk about you said this to me, and I agree 100%. I will not talk about politics if she wins. I can't do it. I'm not going to listen to that shit. I will tune out. Everything will go dark. I will live in a black box if I have to listen to her goddamn voice.
Yeah, we'll be shifting this show over to like conspiracy theories or something like that more because
anything else.
I just can't do it. And
I will videotape the sky looking for aliens every night instead of trying to listen to her voice.
Well, and it has to do with and it has nothing more to do than I seriously cannot stand the sound of her laugh. Makes my ears bleed. I can't stand her nasally voice.
No.
And she's just like, everyone's like, oh, she's so articulate, blah, blah. I'm like, no, she's the same as anybody who's lying all the time. She's fine when she's reading a teleprompter, but when you get her off script, she can't react because she's trying to think of how to spin her own bullshit.
That's why she keeps saying the same words over and over.
That's why she lost like 98% of the people that work for her.
Dude, there is so many people they're totally lying to you when they say her like she's got all these people going because like even black people don't really like her because she's because
well, are they talking like because normally
starting to wake up that the Democratic Party does not help the black community at all.
Well, no, they don't think much of them.
The same thing like these abortion crazies, like who are super abortion. They're never going to pass a federal abortion bill because you know what gets them votes? The fact that they keep dangling the carrot in front of you, fucking idiots. They don't give a shit about abortions. They don't give a shit about any of this shit. Anything they tell you that you passionately love, they're just going to dangle it in front of you.
Yeah,
And
if
you're
people
going,
always
"You're the
gave you what they
mule."
promised, you'd have
Yeah.
like 6,000 candy machines in high school.
Yeah, you're the mule they keep dangling the fucking carrot in front of.
Did you see that? Somebody asked.
Same thing for Republicans.
the hell's
They
her
do the
name?
same thing.
Who's the Indian lady?
What do you mean? Oh, Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren. They
When
asked,
she said that the best thing about what's the best
what's
thing
one
about
of the best accomplishments Kamala Harris and all she
going
could
to
really
an
come up-
abortion clinic?
She was the first VP to go to an abortion clinic, and then she had a problem with these places that have facilities for women to go to get help in having their baby. She's like, "There's way too many of those. We need more abortion clinics." I mean, I would say I did not know that she was that bad, but she's horrible.
What I see on
They're literally like a party of death.
what I see on TikTok or not, on X today. Yeah, the Black Lives Matter, the official Black Lives Matter, like TikTok, is against Kamala Harris.
Well, it should be. For one, who cares what sex somebody is, what race they are? If we have a black female that goes through either party and is well qualified for the job and she
That's
wins,
all I care about.
great. Nobody
That's
cares.
all I care about. All I care about is somebody that's willing to do shit for America and not destroy America.
You know, the funny thing is I was listening to a Tucker Carlson podcast, and this guy went through this. There's some scholar or something over in England that went through like all the monarchies, you know, and kind of one of these things where women are better leaders or whatever. And apparently, statistically, England was more likely to get in war and conflict when they were under the rule of a queen than a king.
I can see that. They're more off emotion.
Well, I think Queen Elizabeth didn't take shit off anybody either.
Yeah. But
You know, the one with the goofy dresses and stuff.
Yeah.
Had a lot of man candy.
Well, if you're not going to take shit, you're going to get in wars. I mean, that's.
Well, I just say I thought that was interesting, but I have no, and everybody thinks like people on the right give a shit. We don't. Just be qualified and good at what you do.
Yeah, we're not misogynistic. We're not racist. We're not sexist. We don't give a shit. We just want somebody qualified who will do the job we ask them to do.
That's it.
Make America better and don't get into new stupid wars.
And you know how you make America better, Kevin? By getting the federal government out of our fucking lives.
Yes. If somebody's like, if there was a woman that said, hey, I'm going to shrink the government by 50%, I would vote for that woman immediately.
Yeah. That's what you have from the left,
Immediately.
though, all the time is we need to have.
I don't care if
this
she
or
is a
that.
gay black woman. If she can shrink the government by 50%, I will vote for her immediately.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. What do you think of the old, well, you were listening. We were both listening to the whole Cheeto grilling.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's enough to make her fucking resign, so good for that.
Damn, when she
Like, it was
fighting.
both sides. It was both, and I got to give the Democrats some credit because they also grilled her and told her how much of a failure she was.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate how the Democrats kept working in
But they kept doing gun control.
It's
And did you, Nadler on Christopher Wray? He didn't say anything about, he said everything about political violence, and he named off every left-wing political,
that's
thing.
who that was.
Yeah, Nadler.
I heard it, but I didn't know who was saying it.
Basically, then he went into his two-way argument. And Jim Jordan was just like, Jesus Christ, because it went back to him because he's the head of it, head of the Judiciary Committee. He's just like shaking his head. He's like, thanks
Yeah,
for
thanks,
speaking.
buddy.
Thanks for
Well,
speaking.
same thing happened in
Like it had nothing to do with the Trump assassination at all. And that was half the fucking Christopher Wray's whole fucking grilling. They didn't ask about the Trump assassination. Like half the questions, if not more than half, were not about the Trump assassination at all. There's other bullshit.
Well, and that's why.
Or they were just trying to set their agenda like two-way shit or.
Well, and that's why I don't get it. Like, Grant, you got people that hate guns for whatever reason, thinking that criminals are going to listen to federal gun laws. But it's like, and it really annoys me how many U.S. citizens are allowing themselves to be used as their little foot soldiers in this bullshit, freaking subversion that's going on in the United States. But Saturday the 13th proved that the government cannot protect. If they can't protect Trump, they can't protect you. And while simultaneously asking questions about that have proved that fact, Democrats are trying to take away one of our means of self-defense and self-protection. It's like, are you kidding me? Read the room.
I know. Like, it's just stupid.
What do you think about the whole? Well, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Well,
This is
just say
that. I mean, criminals are always going to get guns.
Yeah, because they don't give a shit, and we have an open border.
Yeah.
That's how we get all the Fast and Furious guns back. But I was going to go to the next subject of Tenacious D implodes over the whole Trump thing.
Yeah. So I guess, when they had their concert right at the night of the Trump assassination
In Australia.
in Australia, they found out and they said, I guess
It wasn't they.
Kyle Glass, the other guy in Tenacious D.
Well, that's why some
I wish they
people-
wouldn't have missed Trump for his birthday wish.
Yeah, well, and the funny thing is like you see some things saying Jack Black lost $15 million in canceled concerts or whatever because he went woke. I'm like, I don't know what Jack Black's. I mean, he's Hollywood, so I'm assuming he's kind of left, but I never knew what his politics were, and he didn't go left. He got pissed off and broke up the band over it.
Yeah, well, they kept saying Jack Black said it. Like everybody in the right said Jack Black said it. He didn't say it.
That's what pisses me off when they say stuff like that.
Like that's our side's fault. Like that's the right side's fault. And I got pissed off every time I heard that it was Jack Black that said it because he didn't say it. I don't know if he condoned it. I don't know.
He didn't.
So
I think he went on with the show to
Yeah.
finish the show up, but then he canceled the tour.
He canceled the tour, and I think Tenacious D is no longer together.
No, and Kyle Glass or Gas or whatever got fired from his talent agency.
Yeah.
He came out and apologized after the fact, but
Well, it doesn't matter. Read the room. You can't think that what kind of ego do you have to where you can think you can condone a former president getting shot at to that you're not going to get some kind of shit for it? That there's not going to be enough backlash. Like, let's be real. Republicans and Democrats, it doesn't matter what side you're on. They had fun songs and they were funny songs. And I enjoyed listening to them. And it doesn't matter what side you were on, you enjoyed listening to them. So you're probably alienating. I'm not saying like every Republican liked them, but you're probably alienating probably 30% of your people that listen to your fucking music.
I mean, I love Tenacious D. So
Yeah.
I can't see.
I mean, why would you do that?
That's why I don't understand why these people who do stuff like this get into the political realm.
Celebrities are fucking idiots, and no one should listen to them anyways, period.
I mean, Robert De Niro pretty much ruined his career because now anytime he's in a movie, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think about Elon's war against the woke? Because like everyone thinks he's going Republican. I don't think that's it.
No, he's not Republican. I think
He's going for whoever is going to restore the country. What's wrong,
Sorry.
Kevin?
Nothing. I think Elon is a independent, but his problem is with the woke because basically his oldest child was a boy and now a girl.
Yep. Or one of the
So-
oldest.
And I don't think he can have children anymore because he was on puberty blockers.
Yep, and apparently Elon was lied to about it.
Yep, and he was told to sign a piece of paper and not given the consequences of what he was signing or told what he was signing. He just signed it.
Yeah, so that's cool that
So he's against the woke and their trans ideology and their weird fucking cult fucking like behavior towards the LGBTQ community.
well, that's what I like about Trump and everything
Which,
too. When he's saying like, if you want to buy an electric car, but you shouldn't be forced to buy an electric car. And
Again,
Elon-
I have no problem how anybody lives their life after they're an adult.
I have my own thoughts about it on everything.
Yes,
But
I'm
we
not
need
going
to have we need to bring back social fucking standards in this country, societal
Agreed.
standards.
Agreed.
I shouldn't have to go to blows and have to deal with someone who looks like Buffalo Bill from Silence
I
of the
just saw a
Lambs.
video of people on a beach, and there's some dude dressed up like a fox jumping around, and he took a shit in the sand and he covered it up.
So I'm saying we need to have societal standards. Everyone's like, no, we're a free country. You can do whatever you want. You still have to have societal standards. If that dude wants to dress like a fox, dig a hole, and take a shit in his backyard, 8-foot fence, fine, whatever. You want to dress like a woman and pretend you're a woman? Cool. There's clubs for that. You can do that on your own time. I shouldn't have to deal with someone going through some kind of
I shouldn't have to deal with
crisis.
that fact that you want a beard and you want to dress like a woman, and for me not to look at you and call you sir, because I mean, obviously you're a dude. Like, it's not my it's not my, I don't know what you want to call it. It's,
I'm not going to be shamed because
I shouldn't be shamed,
me.
and your gender has nothing to do with me, or
and
whatever you want to pretend you are, whatever. I mean, I don't give a shit. You can pretend whatever the hell you are. I don't have to pretend with you.
Well, people doing all this weird shit. If you want to go out in public like that, cool, whatever. I'm going to look at you like you're weird because you are weird. But I shouldn't have to deal with somebody like that when I'm conducting business with a store. That's annoying. Because I've seen people like this guy I'm talking about works at the self-checkout. Nice enough guy. He's a nice guy. But he will go up and point and be like, oh, and he even kind of talks like Buffalo Bill. It's kind of weird. It's like, oh, and he's not transgender. He's just weird. He dresses like an old lady, wears makeup, has a beard, long hair, done his nails. He's like, let me scan this for you. Like, he came over to me one day and scanned all my
Your
shit.
skin looks
and
nice.
Didn't even recognize my lady. So it was like, okay. Thanks.
Sure, you don't want some lotion for that skin?
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Where'd you get those sweet 1960s polyester women's pants and platform shoes? That's great. That's not making anybody feel uncomfortable at all. Those are nice, right? You got the ones with the fishes?
Oh, if he did.
But it's like
awesome.
There should be professionalism in stores. Like, you're asking.
There should be standards in society.
Bullshit.
I'm sorry, but there should be standards in society.
So I'm happy that Elon's going war on.
I am as well.
I don't have any problem doing whatever the hell they want. Don't involve me. That's all we ask. Oh, you're just trans or homo or whatever phobic. Nope.
No, I don't care.
Just not going to play in your play box.
I just don't care about you that much. I'm not going to bow down to whatever mind disease you have. I'm sorry. I'm not going to. That's on you. You deal with it. Whatever.
That's why I understand how people allow someone else, like especially on the left, to call them racist. Like, are you? No. Okay. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
They're racist. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't care about someone's sex, race, sexuality, creed, whatever.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said to somebody on Twitter. I'm like, because they're like, oh, watch the racist comments come out because Kamala Harris is now running for president. I'm like, no one cares that she's black or she's a woman. They care that she's an idiot.
Yeah, she's horrible.
I
almost wonder if she suffers from like severe anxiety, like social anxiety, because like the thing about the dinner, having a bunch of mock dinners before she went to that, and like apparently
she's horrible at her job.
Well, yeah, she can't talk right. She hasn't done anything, but she's horrible at ad-libbing because I don't think she knows she's in way over her head. And I think people have said that for quite a while. But apparently every time she goes out in public and she makes herself look dumb, she goes back to her office and screams at her staffers. So that's why she has like a 98% turnover rate.
She got 0 votes in the primaries because she couldn't make it to the first one because she was polling at less than 1%.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's a garbage candidate and the media is going to keep building her up, but the more she talks, the more people are going to figure out.
I'll be interested to see how the debate goes.
I don't think she has a chance.
Well, but I think it's ABC.
I think Trump's trying to move to Fox.
Yeah. If they all they got to do
Trump
is
said that now it's not Biden. He doesn't have to bow down because they changed it in the middle of the race.
Yeah.
He goes, if you want to debate, put it on Fox because you changed the rules. You changed it, everything.
That's a good
I'm
way of
not
taking
bowing
it.
down to what you want to do anymore. So now we do it on my turf.
I think I would want to debate her though, because you want to get her off script. You want to get her off teleprompter.
I hope they do it like they did with DeSantis and Newsom, where they kept showing pictures of how bad Newsom was and stuff.
Yeah, that was great. So this is what you actually did.
Then fucking
Like
DeSantis brought out the
fact-checking.
poop fucking map so people didn't step in poop.
I just hope that Trump doesn't go. I think he can beat her up pretty bad on policy to where he doesn't have to get, oh, she's dumb. Even though he put something out on Truth and it said, here, I'll even read off some of them because it's a picture. But it's like, oh, yeah, these are good. These make sense. Biden-Harris accomplishments. Allowed 15 million unvetted illegals into the country. Historic inflation crisis. Record high gas prices in all 50 states. Record high consumer debt. Released terrorists into the country. Ukraine-Russian war. Israel-Hamas war. Disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. Violent crime skyrocketing. Tried to jail political rival in name of democracy. Lied to the American public about Joe's decline. Declared war on American energy. Record low test scores from K to 12. Oh, wait. Record low test scores for K to 12 students. I thought he was saying like they went back and found her school transcripts. Never mind. That is true.
Yeah.
And then most unpopular president VP in history. I read that wrong. I was like, how do they go that? So never mind. That is true. We do have record low. I thought he was like, they somehow got her transcripts from elementary school. It's like, say she's dumb. I guess
that would be awesome.
It's like, oh yeah, it says here you got a D in gym.
Like you constantly failed civics.
Yeah, well, she has failed up her entire career. So,
well, I mean, he's not wrong on any of that though.
No, but yeah, I just read it wrong. I was like, oh wait,
is that the part you're waiting to get to?
Yeah, because that's I was like, I thought he was saying she like was so low in KTR. Like, how do you know that?
I mean, if you're going to be like, hey, I did all this stuff, if you want to put like I saw this on X. So the one responsibility you had was you were the border czar. You failed at it. So you want to say you had zero responsibility in government at all during your 3 years?
Well, she was put in charge of a couple things. She failed at everything.
Yeah, but everything she was put in charge of,
she
take away because she failed at it.
That's not true. I had to go to the Senate a couple times and break a 50-50
vote in
vote.
for the Inflation Reduction Act with actually increased inflation?
How do you brag about that too? She literally said in her speech about passing that and how they spent $1 trillion on green energy.
Yes. So you're just saying that you're increasing inflation. And then, I mean, you were the deciding vote. It was 50-50. Singular, like you did it. You voted on it. That's on you. So this debacle of green energy bullshit, your 8 fucking chargers that cost $8 billion is on you.
Yeah. I would not be bragging about that, but they just expect the media to carry the water for them. So
we have 8 people watching it on Rumble.
All right, we love all of you. If you got anything to say, we're coming up on. We're kind of at if we have any chats.
If we don't have any chats on Rumble though, so if you want to say anything, say hi or whatever. Say it on Rumble right now.
Well, then that kind of wraps up the happenings of the week, Kevin.
So that's going to be.
What does that mean?
White Slur of the Week.
White Slur of the Week.
My book, you're a winner too. I think you're a loser.
Whoops.
Oh, wrong, but.
That's right, White Slur of the Week. Click the wrong W. And the White Slur this week is wham!
Wham!
Another way of saying white American male, but with a derogatory undertone.
Wham! Wham! Wham!
That's a honky.
And that was the White Slur of the Week.
You totally hit the wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe you are just tuning in to see the White Slur of the Week. I don't know.
Hey, that's the best part of the show.
It is the best part of the show. It's way better than what we do.
Yes, that is true. Well, Kevin, you got anything else?
No one said anything on Rumble, so.
All right, well, I think that wraps this up. We'll try to figure out what happened with X and try to get that fixed by I might be going solo or trying to look for a guest host next week. Kevin might.
Yes, I am on vacation. I might be on my phone. I'll definitely be watching.
Fishing for clown colleges. That's what we'll be doing next week.
Fishing for clown colleges. So I'll definitely wear that shirt that Thursday. If I am on, I'll try to get it on my phone. So my shit might look wonky because I'll be on my phone. It's kind of like fish-eyed. It's weird.
Otherwise, you'll be stuck with me, and it'll probably just be a long rant. So I don't know. But
either way, so if watch next week because, do some user interaction, some viewer interaction. Not user.
I could be like a radio talk show host where I just rely completely on the audience.
So how about on Wednesday, people sending questions they want Josh to answer?
Yeah, there you go.
No one will do it, but you should.
You never know. Put it in the chat below.
You never know. Put it in the chat or DM us on Facebook or X or I don't know what other social medias we're on. Are we on Instagram?
Yes, but
on
Instagram,
do much with it. We don't do.
We're on just about everything, but yeah. Be sure to check out the merch in the description below. Like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever. But until then, I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
And this has been an awesome, totally tubular, bodacious, over-the-top, galactically fantastic, awesome show of the Lost Art of Common Sense. Common Sense!
Buy our shit!
That's right. Don't be boring. Be a pirate. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Woo!